Well, like I just said, you made it throughout the year, playing every snap. How's it feel?
Feels good. I don't think it was the season that we wanted or expected going in, but like I was saying earlier, I think there's a lot of positive things. Like when I look back on the season, a lot of really good personal relationships that I have with my teammates and tons of people in this organization. So it's not the outcome we wanted, but I definitely look positively on the season.
Last week you didn't necessarily want to talk about the future some, but now the future's almost here. Are you hoping to be back next season?
It's very soon to say, and like you said, it is after the last game, but it's still, we're only a couple hours after the last game, so I haven't had a ton of time to think about it. What I'm really thinking about now is being able to go spend some more time with my family, spend some more time with my daughter. It's always hard to miss bath time or something like that. We're on the road traveling, so not going to miss a lot of those going forward here in the next couple months. So that's kind of the most pressing thing on my mind.
How would you describe kind of your journey here in Cincy? If this ends up being it for you, what would you kind of make of this kind of experience here?
A lot of appreciation. I was just talking to Coach Taylor about this. I was his first draft pick, and that means a lot to me, that he had that faith in me, that I was, one of the people that he wanted to start building this program around. And, first year we went 2-14. It was tough, and got the first pick in the draft. Ended up with Joey B, and went to a Super Bowl 2 years later, and AFC Championship the next year. And like I said, this year isn't what we wanted going in, but it's been really fun to be a part of that. And I just have a ton of appreciation for him and the people who brought me in.
What was Coach Taylor's response to that?
He kind of echoed the same things. I had a great conversation with him, and I think that I gave my all. He picked me in the first round. I gave my all over the last 5 years, and like I said, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm proud of what we built here and appreciative of the opportunity.
What's it been like to see the change and kind of transformation in him and the franchise from the moment you got in and to now? Because I think very few have kind of seen it in the way that you have.
Yeah, I think that the culture as it is now is really positive, and 9-8 isn't what we wanted going in, but the culture is still there, and that's the same culture that got us to the Super Bowl, to the AFC Championship last year, and that's going to continue to build on in the future. And I think that starts with Zach, the coaches that he's brought on, and the people that he's brought on. I think everyone in this locker room is a really positive teammate, and have contributed a lot in whatever way, big or small. And you can't replace people like that.
How valuable do you think you made yourself by being able to play both left and right tackle?
I hope valuable, but that's not what I was thinking about going in. I'm, as you guys can tell from my answers, I'm a very small picture guy. I don't like to think about the big picture. I feel like there's too many variables in that. I like to kind of distill everything down to what I can do every day. And what I could do this year was to show up and play right tackle at a high level. And that's what I dedicated myself to, and I think I did a good job of that. So, I hope that helps my value in some way, but that wasn't what I was trying to do going in. I was just trying to be a better right tackle tomorrow than I was today, or today than I was yesterday, and just continue to do that throughout the whole year.
Off-season training-wise, will you train on both sides now until free agency? Will you kind of leave it open-ended until you know where you're at?
I'll train on both sides. I think that, what's cool is being able to go into this offseason not having to rehab. I went into the last offseason, I had to get surgery and rehab, and so that was a whole other thing. And this offseason, I get to go into it healthy and, just start training normally. I don't have to rehab anything. So yeah, that'll involve both sides, but mostly it'll just involve more strength training and all that good stuff.
What's the ride been like seeing the line go from a group that took a lot of heat to a group that just had a standout season, and a veteran group that gets some recognition?
It's been great. I'm so appreciative of the guys on the line, and I think it was really a testament to a lot of guys, toughness and all those things that we're able to trot out the same starting five all 17 games this year. And those starting five are some of the best teammates I've ever had, both as players and as people. I think even in this last game, not the size of the game we wanted it to be. You know, we wanted to be in the playoffs or at least playing to get in, and it wasn't that. But there were so many good communications happening at the line of scrimmage, and so many good nonverbal communications too, just working really well together, and you know, also really good fake communication to draw 1,000 offsides or encroachments. I think it was quite a lot. So I thought that was a cool testament to kind of how far we've come as a line and how veteran of a group it was that we were. I mean, you guys don't see it, but there were a lot of little quick adjustments we made before that ended up popping off big runs by mix and things like that. So that was kind of a fun way to end the season, was to work together that well as a unit.
Speaking of teammates, you and Jake Browning go way back. What did he prove to the rest of the NFL this year?
I mean, he can play quarterback in the NFL. And not in a preseason game, not in training camp, but in real regular season games. And I think he did that. And, you know, I think he set himself up really well for the future. Great quarterback, great locker room guy. And, you know, be it a starter or backup, he's a guy you want in your locker room.
You positioned yourself to be maybe the top available free agent offensive lineman this year, which is a pretty good place to be. Are you excited about the process and the months to come?
I am. I'm like I said, I'm a small picture guy. It's hard for me to think about things like that. I like to focus on the small stuff, and, you know, kind of let the chips fall as they may. I do that because I know that focusing on the small stuff is the right way to get to the big stuff, I guess, and it takes some of that stress off of me of having to think about the big picture. So, you know, I've taken the season day by day, and that's also how I'm going to take the off season, however it plays out.
Yeah.